So, I just wanted you guys to hear. It's so quiet right now on the homestead. It is May 5th. I'm feeling quite under the weather. It's this premenopausal stuff going on right now, and it's really kicking my butt. Uh-oh, the chickens see me. I've got Billy named all my 5 that I am keeping. We got Poco, Chelsea, Cash for my white buck, Violet, and then Olivia. He named every single one of them. I told him that I wanted him to do that. And I think he was pretty happy to be able to do that. And they came just like right off his tongue too. It was very, those two itching each other. Uh-oh, I was spotted. Goodness sakes. Look at how well our grass is growing. I've got to get my chores done. I left my bucket out here. There wasn't a whole lot of rainwater in it. This is the new buck I'm going to keep. I decided to keep him. I can sell his brother, but his name is going to be Cash. This little girl here is Olivia. This little girl here is Violet. This little girl here is Chelsea. And then this little girl here, right back there, her name is Poco. Billy thought Pocahontas, but that's a really long name, he said, so for short, her name is Poco. So that being said, that is everybody in here. I need to get water. Most likely, this one is leaking pretty bad. But I don't have any more nipples, I don't believe. I've used them all. And I'm pretty sure that they're out. I'm having to fill this, twice a day. And I'm just going to get everybody done and fed. It don't look like a whole lot of rabbits need any hay. Besides these 2, that one, she needs some. Breezy. Princess probably could. No, I'm not going to put any in there. I'm like just looking. Let's see. I filled the mamas that have baby boxes, filled their feeders full. So she probably just wants water. It's probably what everybody's wanting is water. No, they got water. Did you forget it was there? I think you did, didn't you? Yeah, that one looks like it's been dripping. She's still got a little bit of pellets, but they're going to have to be refilled. But I'm going to get name tags put on everybody and start feeding, and then I'll come back with you guys. So I got everybody's name tags up. Everybody's fed. Those who still had hay, I didn't bother putting any more in there. So everybody's feeders up. So everybody could be good on that. You can see babies in that box right there. Some of them have been bouncing out, some have not. I'm not so sure she is pregnant, but I'm hoping she is. She looks still a little not pregnant. This girl right here for sure is pregnant. That's a Samson cross, so I'm guaranteed for broken blues and solid blues for sure. Yeah, look at that gut. She's definitely pregnant. And then this little girl, Court here. And then I forgot what I named her. Maggie. Yep. Maggie will get bred this month around Memorial Day. And then Miss Sissy here, she's going to get bred. And then Miss Goldie here, she will get bred. So with that being said, those are my 5. My plans are to breed, I can breed any of these actually to him, but my plans were to breed him to both of my blacks, and then I wanted to breed her to Elijah for some solid blues and broken blues possibly, and then Miss Court here, I wasn't sure who I was going to breed her to. Maybe, well, she's out of, yeah, I could breed her back to her granddad, which would be Champ, and see if I couldn't get any broken reds or something out of her. I could do that. So that's probably the game plan for those. And then if she doesn't take, she'll be back on the breeding to be back bred with Rango again. I'm not saying she's not pregnant, but she's starting to get her dewlap, I see. Just barely. She's just now getting it right there. You can see it. So maybe she is. She's just going to have a small litter, which, you know, being a first-time mama, that could be possible. Ooh, we got a baby out. There's a baby jumper out. This is a little blue. She has otters in there too. Beautiful little otter babies. And actually, Mr. Mr. Chester, he's throwing otters, which is a rare color for New Zealand's. I was told that if I have otters and I go to try to put them up for sale, that I can get every bit of $200 to $300 a piece for my otter colored New Zealand's. The show people that came, that I originally got honey from, and Champ, the gentleman that was with her, she's even got some in here too, that are some otter colored, and she's an otter color if she has the right sire to color, you know, to help color those. She'll throw those. But Chester threw them in every litter he had and was throwing broken blues in there because his sire is Elijah, who is my broken blue buck. Look at them babies in there moving around. She's got quite a few whites in there, and I'm really hoping that maybe one of them is a doe. The only thing is I could technically breed back to the half-brother, but I wouldn't. And I think all the whites were bucks anyways, because they, Loretta sexed them, and the only doe that was in there was the broken red. There was a broken otter in there too, but that's a buck. And the two broken otters, or the 2 otters that were in there were bucks too. There's only like one doe that I think she said that was in there, and that's the broken red, which is a really nice broken red too. And there's a broken black in there, broken otter. Look at them, they're like looking for something to eat. But yeah, that's the update on the rabbit tree. And I think I'm going to do pretty well when it comes to the rabbits. I'm letting these other ones grow a little longer. These will be 16 weeks. These right here. These guys are probably big enough to go ahead and butcher, but I'm going to wait because I want them to be, these are all bucks. And I want these guys to be a little bigger because since this was a larger litter. And then of course these guys, say we got all the does are black. And that broken right there is a buck. Actually, this looks like a buck right there. I know there's 2 does in there, at least. And I know that these two black ones in here are does. But I'm going to actually sell him as a buck. But I thought about selling one of these bucks in here to two of the black does. I could sell 2 sets of them actually as trio sets as a young unproven breeding pair. And then these are all bucks too. These are 12 weeks old. There was only one female in here, and they did take the best looking broken red buck out of here. And then they took all this litter that was in here was Samson and Mabel cross, and there was only 2 bucks and 6 does. So they ended up with 5 does and 2 bucks that they took out of that batch. These guys are really fat. And then you got these guys in there. Right there is an otter. That's an otter baby right there. I'm not sure if I can get in there and grab it. Kind of show you guys if I can. I think it's a doe. And I really want to keep it if it is. But I kind of want to just show you the color of it. That is an otter. And it's very, very pretty. Very, very pretty baby. I mean, look at that pretty, you know, it's got otter looking on there. Very, very nice little kit. There you go. You can go back in. I'm done. There's a broken blue. Or that one right there is a broken blue. And then we got a chestnut. A black. Kind of a broken blue, but its face is more black looking, and then a broken black and a red, or maybe that's a chestnut still. But yeah, these aren't all hers. The chestnut, the broken blue, and that otter is not hers. They were actually Gem's babies crossed to Chester. So I could, if that otter ends up being a female, I definitely want to keep it. But other than that, everything else here on the homestead, my cousin and I are going to start working on the chicken hut. I'm going to have Billy try to make me an area down here, a platform area, to be able to put that on. And like I said, they're going to be being moved here temporary until he can get everything done. And he says, with the way things are right now, is, you know, with weather and work, and now he's got to start mowing his mom's lawn on Fridays. Because usually if he gets off early enough on Friday, he'll start cutting trees down. And then Saturday, if the weather's permitting, he's out there from the time he gets chores done. If he does them. Sometimes he won't do them till that evening. But just for say that you guys want grain, and I'm not giving you no grain. Sorry. No. You guys still got hay to eat too. You need to eat that. I know you guys don't like it, but you need to eat it. I want Billy to make somewhere a pad out here, but a lot of this has got to get pushed back that way some. Actually, I kind of would probably like it down here, right in that area maybe. I don't know if he'll be able to do that, but that's what I was thinking. Try to keep it out of here. Yeah, if he could somehow move some of this over and make it so I could put my chicken hut here, that'd be great. Because then all we'd have to do is get it drug down and around and then get put back up where I originally want it, which won't be that far. But then my laying hens would be in this area, foraging in this. But that's the goal, is to try to get this area here. I'm thinking there's quite a bit of dirt here he'd have to move to get it out of the way. But I think with the excavator and some time he could probably do that. But then he's, taking time away from doing something else. And it's one thing after another trying to get through stuff, It really is. Just trying to do what we need to do. And like Billy said yesterday when we were looking at all this, he's like, it's going to take me 2 months. He said minimum of getting this all done. And he says once he gets the other 2 trees down, which I'll take you guys over there, he wants to start working around here to get all these trees down and then start working his way this way. But he also wants to get the rabbit area done so we can get them moved. So that part's done. So when he does get this area done, he can get up there and start working on that. It's just, we've got so much going on and only one person doing everything, and he works. You swear something's going on down there. That's just a hen laying an egg. It's those Americanas, they really carry on. Goodness sakes. Anyways. He finally got his chainsaw cutting to where it's cutting a lot smoother. He had his rakers too low on it. He's got like a automatic sharpener, but it isn't sharp enough. And then he had his rakers too low, but he's got this all cut up now. We still have to do the top half, but we'll get this. This would be the next tree that's got to come down, this cherry, and actually it's in pretty rough shape. Here are all the bumblebees with the flowers. If you guys can see up there, there's a lot of the bark's coming off of it. That tree's dying. And then the plan is to get this one down next. He was going to take that big beech down, but he said that he's not really worried about it right now. Goodness sake, them chickens are still going. But, I mean, this is what he's got planned. His plan was to get this done this weekend, but yesterday it was just a total washout. He got out here about 6:30 because it finally stopped raining and started cutting again. And he said these portions that he cut are very heavy. There's some of them he couldn't even pick up. They're just very heavy. And, well, it is what it is. I mean, really can't do nothing more about it. I mean, he's going to try probably splitting this. But tonight we're going to go and get some hay from a new hay guy in Marcellus. It's Timothy, orchid grass, clover, and alfalfa mixture. Second cut in squares. It looks pretty decent. And I think that definitely the rabbits will like it better, and most likely the goats, because they do not like that hay that we're feeding them. The horses are wasting a lot of it, but the goats, they're pretty much not even touching it, which is a shame. My hollyhocks, that is not. That is one that I grew last year. I put my other two in here somewhere, but I can't even see them right now. And then, of course, Billy's like, coneflower. I'm like, my coneflowers are not in here. I think I have one, which is right there. This one right here, I'm pretty sure is a coneflower. But it shouldn't be in there. It should be down at the beginning of our driveway, or when you turn into our driveway, where our sign is at. But this is mainly my lily, iris, hollyhock, and little odds and ends of flowers that I like are in this bed here. I'm excited to see what all this looks like when it's finished and done. And then I had to take my pullover off because I got a little too warm. It's almost 60 degrees and it's just beautiful out, even though I don't feel the greatest. It's beautiful. But with that being said, I did show him where my coneflowers were. He's like, ah. And then my mother-in-law gave me 3 lily trees. And I planted them out here. And right here's one. Right there. And there's some type of tree growing there. And I'm going to have to get that pulled out. Here's my second one right there. And then my third one is right here. The tulips are about done. The daffodils are actually done. I don't know what this flower is, but I really like it. There's an elderberry bush trying to grow back up that was there. These right here, I just think these are beautiful. They're like little daisies. I found them in the woods, dug them up and planted them in here. I don't know if they're just a weed, but I like them. I'm all about daisies and lilies and all kinds of stuff. Now this has a lot of just all kinds of different stuff in it. It's got some coneflowers in here. It's got some lilies, not lilies, but there's a hollyhock there. That was planted by seed that I planted, so I was pretty tickled about that. That is a coneflower. These I think are crud. I can't think of what they're called. That's terrible. Zinnias. Diamond, I hear you, but I'm not feeding you grain, so stop hollering at me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. This I think is a daisy. And there's another one there. They're either daisies or they are coneflowers. I cannot remember what exactly I planted. And yes, I got dandelions in here, and I don't care. They can stay. I love dandelions. There's something else there too. Here's some more. I think this is that crooked neck stuff my mom gave me. It's pretty invasive. These are just little purple flowers, but I'm not sure what they are. Something that was in a mixture. There's another coneflower or daisy. And then these are just daylilies here. So this bed is starting to fill in. If I have to, I'm going to dig this up and put it over in my coneflower area. Yeah, this is a tree of some sort that I need to dig out of there. I have my husband pull it out. I don't want it near my lily tree. I thought the lily trees would look beautiful here because, you know, they're supposed to be pretty tall, 5 feet or so, 6 feet tall, with numerous of lilies. And like Billy said, you know, well, this is all going to have to be moved because I want to grade this off. His plan was to build a wraparound porch. So then it goes off toward the retreat. And I said, that's fine. Because all this I can pull up and put up there. And then you know what he told me? He goes like this. As I was telling him, you know, I can pull all that stuff up and put it up there. And he says, well, that's fine. Yeah, he wants to build off this porch, since this tree is going to be gone, and come around and have a full wraparound, well, a half wraparound porch, and then stairs going down that way to the retreat. Because when we're done with this is what he told me. He said, you can plant the whole section of this down here as flowers. But I thought he was going to fence this in through here around from where my chicken hut was. I mean, that could even be fenced in there too. Fence this in so that we could just let the dogs out and they can roam and be out here. And then, we would have a gate there if we wanted to be able to come out the back to go in there, but not necessarily. But all this would have to be moved too, because Billy's plan was to grade this off. He wants to replace this concrete, make this a little bigger pad here. And he told me, he said, you can plant that all flowers or whatever you want. I'm like, I didn't really say much, but my plan is to have flowers up there. So all this will eventually get moved again. He says, this is what happens when you work butt backwards. Because, when you have things prior to moving somewhere that wasn't already set for you. And I told him, I said, well, it was really hard for us to find something that was already set up for animals and everything that was in the price range that we were looking for. Some places that we were looking for were a lot cheaper than this place, but they were pretty run down. And he said that was fine because we could make this place exactly the way that we'd want it, right from scratch. And I agree. I believe God sent us this home because we were meant to make it our own. And even though, we're later in our years, Billy's 52, I'll be 45 this year, and, that's starting over in life, later in life, is hard to do. And then when you don't have no help from nobody, it's even harder to get things done. But that's fine, because when we're in our later years, 70 and 80s, and Billy's finally retired, and he can finally sit back and enjoy all the work that he's done. But I'm very grateful for my husband. I really am. I feel like he's a godsend. He really is. And I am so grateful for him. I feel like God sent me to him, and I was a gift from God for him. Even though, like we were talking today, he said, well, I'm here to take care of you. You need to be resting because you are hurting and stuff. And, I don't think I turned the water off. And I said, yeah. I said, but you already have enough to worry about. But I said, that's why God sent me to you, and that's why you have me. Diamond, I'm not feeding you, so stop hollering at me. It helps if I turn it the right way. That does help. There's a bee flying around. I can't. Oh, it's right next to my legs. Go on. Leave me alone. Go on. It looks like a little hornet. A little yellow jacket, maybe hornet. I'm not sure. Dixie. But, you guys, man, that bee is following me around. I think I'm going to go inside. I don't know if it's because of my pink hoodie that's probably what it's following, but it is what it is. I am exhausted. I really do need to sit down. I probably need to try to eat something and then work on my pedigrees for my rabbits. But I said I'd also wanted to do my hides, get them wetted down and then start getting them tanned. So that's something else I want to try to do today. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us today, and thank you to all of our members. And I just hope everybody's doing great. And I know we've gotten a lot of rain, and I know a lot of other people's have been in some severe storms and stuff, and I hope everybody's safe and everything's good. So we've got a lot of work to do here, and it's already May. That's what I was telling Billy. I was like, we're almost halfway through the year already, and it's taken a lot to do what we've just done. So it is what it is. But stay with us and see how we do our homestead here and make it our own. And hopefully you guys all enjoy these videos. So thank you again for viewing. Thank you to all our new subscribers. Thank you to our members. And we will see everybody tomorrow. As always, till next time, God bless you all.